Hello again, this is Zilla, and welcome back to Let's Play The Chaos Engine. This is time the fourth bonus, and probably final bonus episode. This time I'm showing off the mercenary with, I guess, the scientist. Just as well as any. Well, the mercenary is one of the other middle average guys. His gun is, I believe, the Gatling gun, although it looks more like a rapid-fire shotgun. And his most powerful, and well, yeah, super shots of him are quite hilarious. But his first special power is the bomb, which you'll see in a bit, well, in a while actually, because get your first special power use in the game is not immediate, but on that first level at least. So yeah, his weapon and speed and everything are average, and they're about the same as the brigand. His special powers are different, which is notable. Is actually quite notable because his last special power is the first aid. Although by then you may want to use it less. I don't know. It's all a bit varied. His, like I said, speed, toughness, various things are all very, very average. There's not much else to say about him really. He plays much like the brigand, except his I guess you could call it his well, his bullets are less coherent, frankly. I personally would advise against playing him, except the fact he has the first aid kit, purely because it's really hard to tell where you're attacking or why. Because, I mean, well, you look at his attacks and you can hit people, sure, but you probably aren't going to line up any good shots. And as you see when you upgrade, his bullets slowly become more and more golden, which is always a good thing, because firing gold bullets is the standard now, isn't it? Anyway, there's the bomb. It explodes in a big starburst after you've thrown it, which means it's also good for hitting targets that are on a lower or higher level to you, should you want to. But that's a good advisable one. Now the first level's over, here I'm showing you the fully upgraded version of him. Some might call this good. Now, you see, yeah, it's all gold and it's got extremely far spread, pretty much like a very rapid-fire shotgun. Unfortunately, in these narrow corridors of the maze, it's hard to tell much. But yeah, this is the the arrow burst is basically or it's called shot burst, whatever it's called, shot burst in the sky. But you saw it there. It's like it just sort of destroyed everything. But yeah, his second special power is the mine, the ground mine. You place them around. They're handy if you want to draw enemies into stuff. But frankly, you have to time it all and be careful with it, because they do explode after. They do just stop working after a while like that. And here is a fun thing you're doing. See, half of them wander into the blasts, and some of them don't. Yeah, it was a bit of a waste of special power uses, I know, but frankly, what does it matter? You don't want to do that in your game yourself, but you can set up them outside of the places where they spawn, in which case you'll destroy them. It's simple as that. That's a very handy ability to have. Which, again, that's the big contrast. The light characters are fast, have pea shooter weapons, and aren't very tough, but have a big variety and a large number of special powers, which are very handy, although they don't tend to be offensive. Heavies, on the other hand, are slow, tough, and have very potent normal weapons, and their special powers are they only have a few special powers, and they're very limited, but they usually are both very destructive in one way or another, which makes them excellent for certain tasks. Mediums, on the other hand, try to strike a balance, as they should, frankly, because that's what they're meaning. They're the average guys. They're medium speed moving, they got medium attacks. Their special powers are a mixture of offensive and handy special powers, and they have not quite as many as the fast characters, but more so than the heavy characters, which is all good. Yeah, this unfortunately there's not much to say about this guy. His reach, his blast is quite interesting, purely due to the wide spread. That's it. That's the word I'm looking for. Spread of his attacks, which make it quite good for well, yeah, hitting as many spells as possible. Although you may weaken the individual attacks. Still, it's not bad. But as I prefer to not use him because of the sheer incoherency of his attacks, makes it really hard to tell if you're going to hit something or not, or where to aim. Here, I mean, you don't have much choice because you're going to hit something, but with how much damage? I mean, say that the gentleman just had 2 bolts of his flamer, which was shaped like a pistol still, but that was very coherent. You knew where they were going to be, and they would pass through everything. I'm not sure if these actually pass through enemies or not. And no, they don't. Ta-da. Which is a shame. I think the brigands' attacks do pass through though, but the heavies do not. Yeah, yes, he's very handy of having the first aid as one of his special powers, just the last one, which is always the problem, because that means you usually are going to have it if you try hard enough. If you don't, then you might not get it at all. Get it in the third world, which is, you know, the Fortress Mansion, which is pretty late in the game. It's still usable there, but by then you want to have to start slowing down on any special power use at all, because, well, you'll need it for the end, even if you don't have shield or a distract monster available. Still, it does mean that the brigand and mercenary pair-up is quite useful. But frankly, you can just have your backup as one of the light characters, and you're still fine enough because they don't usually have enough action on their own to be able to do stuff, and that was quite a useless use. I mean, it seems they all avoided it. Here's where I think you're supposed to use the attacks, because you're supplied with special power use on the top. Whatever. Still, it's... yeah. Oh yeah, and of course there, medium toughness. This is the first time he died, and unfortunately it was right before the special use thing. What am I saying? The next yin-yang, or save. Actually, I forgot what they're called now. It's been such a while, unfortunately. Oh well. Anyway, yeah, head to that yin-yang, go through again, blah blah blah. I don't think I need to tell you how this all works. Oh, as I said earlier, this is probably the last update. Frankly, there's just not much enough to talk about for this bonus stuff. I could do a bit multiplayer stuff, but getting a multiplayer game organized for this is probably a lot more effort than it's worth. I mean, I can pretty much sum up what multiplayer is like in this. It's like single player, but it's easier in one way and harder in another. It's easier in that, well, you have an intelligent player on the other side, so you can basically coordinate your attacks and basically rape the game without any need for losing lives and things if you're both skilled enough, which isn't that hard, funnily enough. Just requires a bit of practice and getting used to the game's clunky controls. And I say clunky, they are basically. The way everyone moves is just slightly too slow. Even at the start with the fast guys, it's still just slightly too slow it makes things awkward. Still, when you get faster, it gets a bit easier to control, which I guess is an advantage of having fast speed. But yeah, other than that, you have this advantage of, I think a bunch of stuff is not shared as much. You could probably look into it, I guess. But frankly, not much to say. So yeah, that was it, really. Multiplayer not shared as much, stuff like that. I don't think that's much for me to say. Yeah, this is practically over now. Still, this was a fun ride, and I thank everyone who posted in the thread for support or being there or just watching this and actually replying to the thread, which is all good and fun. I would have done an expansion of this, which is the second game, but nah. I could go looking for it, but frankly, trying to get an Amiga to work online, even if I do use less than, questionably legal means, even if they are fully legal, usually it's just too much effort. I mean, Amiga emulation is horrifying, frankly. It's not that it doesn't work so much as trying to get it to work is hard. And I'm not sure if it even would work, because I'm not sure the discs actually recognise with the PC. Oh wait, actually, I don't have a floppy drive on this anymore, do I? They got rid of them. Still, yeah, I could theoretically... Anyway, enough mumbling. Enough wasting time. You probably don't want to listen to this all day. Still, I might do Anyway, it's also, this is coming to an end, and, well, I'm going to be busy now. Stuff's going to happen, things, life, etc., etc., etc. You didn't hear it, so for the last time, maybe you'll see me in the next LP, which might be in a while, though. Still, this was Attila. That was Let's Play The Chaos Engine. Goodbye, and good luck.